Just go to me. I said, don't play the intro. I said, don't play the intro. I'll just go on. Come on, bring it to me. I'm not on. Can you just bring it to me, please? There must be an issue. Let's do this, Cal. Hell yeah, the cow is now. Not really. I don't see myself. You get anything from, this has got to be some kind of colossal joke. Ah, there we go. See, I said, just go to me. Don't do anything. Because anything other than the most basic shit falls apart on this podcast. That's why I don't do it every week. I'm sitting there for a half hour looking at you, and I just turn. Welcome to Muller Manor. I'm the Mancow. This is my temporary home until I move to the governor's mansion. All the internal polling shows that I will be the next governor. However, it's fixed. We've got Kate Catalina coming up. She's Marilyn Manson's girl at one time, and I wonder what she thinks of this new show about the Phoenix Rising, about Marilyn Manson being apparently he was creepy. I'm just shocked that anyone has any other opinion of him other than he's creepy. I've hung out with Brian. He's a Dungeons and Dragons kind of guy, but you look at the guy and we'll talk about that. Also, a socialite from Chicago, Candace Cameron, one of Hef's favorite girls. You know, look, I had a guy on that Abe Lincoln was homosexual. George Washington was a homosexual. When you're dead, they write all kinds of things about you. And I don't know. Hef's now a bastard. They celebrated this guy, and I never thought they should have. I thought Hef was horrible for our society, horrible for women. I hung out with Hef. It didn't stop me from hanging out at the grotto. Hypocrite alert. But I thought Hef, this idea that women spread their legs naked is redeeming and enlightening or empowering. That's the word. I never bought that bullshit. He was a guy that wanted to see. He was a dork with a pipe from just down the street here that wanted to see naked women. And he came up with a great con to do it. I get it. I'm not saying I like it, but I get it. Davidoff, it's not weed. It's not weed. I'm already getting hot in this thing. This is a gift from Jerry Only. Do you like the shirt? I went to see 4 days of Sammy Hagar and Michael Anthony with the Misfits, and I got some gifts. If you'll direct message me at Instagram at random, I will give these to people. This is signed Jerry Only of the Misfits. This I'm not going to give away, but look how great this is. An old-fashioned toy case. You like this, don't you? Yeah, George Washington was gay. George Washington was gay. Abe Lincoln, gay. Everybody's gay once you're dead. Don't believe it if you ever hear that about me. Not there's anything wrong with it. It's not my thing, man. That's not my bag, baby. LBGQ, what does it mean? Do you know? Do you know? I can't get a straight answer. Anyway, here's the Misfits. It's got the different toys, and there's lots of little Misfit toys. There we go. The Fiend Club. I'm a proud member of the Fiend Club. Went to see. I'll get to that in a second. We're gonna get to beautiful Kate Catalina. She's the beautiful girl you see on our microaggressions, but not yet. Not yet. A guy gave me this. Yay, a patch at the Echoes of Pompeii show, the Pink Floyd tribute band. They are fantastic. If you get a chance to see them, don't miss it. This is from William Shatner. I've never been a big believer in these. The muzzles, don't believe in them, but this is from the Shat. And if you would like this, I will also give this away, and I will send it to you. Direct message me at Instagram, Mancow Muller. Had a chance to hang out with this guy. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, I don't really give a shit. But pretty cool, huh? Look at this. John Cleese. Got a chance to break bread with him and hang out. He's old. His signature is shaky, but look at that, man. Monty Python. How's that go? I've got 2 legs from my hips to the ground, and when I move them, they walk around, and when I lift them, they climb the stairs, and when I shave them, they ain't got hairs. Oh, I've got 2 legs. What's the other one? Sit on my face and let my lips embrace you. I'll sit on your face and tell you I love you, dear. I love to hear you hormonalize when I'm between your thighs. You blow me away. I missed 1 week because I was in Costa Rica. I was the best man at a wedding. We all ended up in the pool. There's my fat ass in the pool. Oh, dear God. What else? Oh, the village of Wilmette. Yeah, I got this. If you, it's per inch, $1.25 an inch. If you want to trim a bush, $1.25 an inch. An inch. This bastard government of ours. But we're worried about freedom in Ukraine. We're worried about their borders, Ukraine's borders, while ours are open so we can get more freeload and dummy craps in. We do something kind of interesting here, maybe. For 30 years, I got something every week. For 30 years, Entertainment Weekly. They made a big deal about getting a new female editor, and they were going to be super woke, and woke they are. Oh, here's an article about how they need more fat women. How about just, I don't care if she's fat, but can we just do it for the story instead of just pigeonholing everybody? Cover story. Hold on. I got to find it. Oh, there it is. Hold on. Okay. So, you ready? I'm going to show you a picture, and you just create whatever you want. Movie, TV show, whatever. Tell me you think that's about. Okay? Can you see that? Can you see that woman? Okay, now come in your head, come up with something. What do you think her story is? Well, here's the cover. The last issue, 30 years. I got this every week for 30 years. I never missed an issue. Back before the internet and everything, it meant something. Of course, now it's irrelevant. I throw most of them away without opening them. But did you see that woman? In the new Obi-Wan Kenobi on Disney, the home of woke bullshit, she's more powerful than Obi-Wan Kenobi or Darth Vader. Yeah. Do you see her? More powerful than Darth Vader, Obi-Wan. It just never stops, the bullshit. Everything must be destroyed, man. Everything. Echoes of Pompeii ticket. Pink Floyd band, if you get a chance. I'm reading the Bob Odenkirk book. Met him several times. He's Saul on Better Call Saul. The show's coming back. I loved Mr. Show. I worship the guy. And every time I've met him, what a unsavory prick. What a piece of shit. And he admits in his book, he's a piece of shit. Yeah, it's good to be self-aware, Bob Odenkirk. Anyway, he says one of the big inspirations in his life was a group called the Credibility Gap. And look, I like Fireside Theater and Stan Freberg, United States of America, stuff like this. Old comedy troops that people don't know what they are. Monty Python's kind of forgotten now. But look at the Credibility Gap. Harry Shearer went on to do all the voices on The Simpsons, and he was on SNL. And then that's Lenny and Squeaky. Look at that. Lenny and Squeaky. They wanted to be Lenny and Squeaky. And then, of course, also 2 of those guys are Spinal Tap. So very boring, but there you go. I bought a great Beatles DVD for $1. Oh, wait a minute. It's not the Beatles. Oh, well, it was $1. By the way, the Beatles, that's not Paul McCartney. He died years ago. And then this was a revelation. Then I'm going to get on to Kate Catalina. I saw Zebra and a band called Angel. Never heard of them. Signed by Gene Simmons to Casablanca Records. They kicked ass. I had never heard anything about them. They kicked all forms of ass. All right. That's it for the tchotchkes. I'm going to give away some stuff. Like I said, anything else I need to give away? I don't know. Let's go ahead and start. Let's go. Now's when we would have played the music, which is what we discussed about. I like a little chit-chatty nonsense out of the way. But have you noticed the commie libs are not talking a lot now? Now that gas is $5, $6. Joe Biden did that. I put these stickers everywhere. I have tons of them. I'll send you one of these too. I don't. But you put that. You've seen these, right? You put these next to the. Yeah, I did that. Joe Biden did that. He closed down the pipeline and made it impossible to drill. And you love the commie liberals trying to explain it. Well, Russia. They're 3% of our oil. 3%, guys, 3%. I paid $1.40 down the street here under Trump. Shit, I would love a mean Trump tweet and $1.40 gas, you dumb bastards. Okay. They're telling me now. I probably shouldn't show that, right? They're telling me now that my smartphone and this and my TV is spying on me. And then the damnedest thing happened today. I found out the vacuum cleaner's been gathering dirt on me for years. Are we ready for Kate Catalina? Let's bring her on. How good does she look on those Mancow microaggressions? There she is. Hi, Kate. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Very good. Did you enjoy the first part of the show?
I did.
I've seen you naked.
Yeah. You have.
A little embarrassed now. A little embarrassed. And talk to a woman you've seen naked, you know. Actually, Kate's a very good friend of mine. Kate, I'm in dangerous territory. I had on Harvey Weinstein's lawyer, and they made some interesting points. And I'm not a Harvey Weinstein fan, and I want to say this: child molesters and rapists, I believe, should be put to death. And I mean that, or at least certainly rapists should be chemically castrated. But have you seen the show with this Evan Rachel Ward? Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to do charity events at Clint Eastwood's ranch. I just want to say I'm very anti-rape. I've sat in on juries. I'm not, and I don't know her story, but it's just too show busy for me.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I don't know. I don't ever want to put the victim up. I just don't want to be that guy, but I just didn't believe a lot of what she was saying. I feel horrible saying. I'm just saying as a guy sitting there watching it, if Manson did these things, kill him, put him on trial. But it seemed to me she was an actress playing for the camera in a lot of cases. You knew Marilyn quite well?
I would not say that I knew him well, but I definitely spent time with him.
Were you intimate with him?
We didn't go all the way, but there was a lot of playing.
Did he cut you? Did he drink your blood? Did he?
Nope.
No. See, that's,
nope.
And again, I've never had that mentality, so I have to forgive the girl or try to understand it. She kept going back. This is a very successful actress. I mean, you brand me once, I'm gone. You drink my blood once, I don't come back. And I know I'm just a bastard in 2022 for saying that. But you saw it, you don't believe her?
I do not believe her. And I met her too. I was on a tour in 2007, and I don't see what he saw and heard, to be honest with you. I did not feel like she fit into the group.
Yeah.
I just kind of felt like she was there for publicity. Even then.
Yeah. I hung out with him. I mean, I don't want to say these are the guys we used to beat up on, but he's a dork. And now he gets to put on makeup and be shocking. And I found it all very derivative of Nine Inch Nails. Certainly without Alice Cooper, none of this would exist, including Kiss. But he was a D&D nerd that made some money. And again, I maybe she's telling the truth, and I feel I'm a monster for not buying into it. But a lot of it seemed she played it for the camera, and she's really going to show him. Do you think his career is ruined, right? I mean, she ruined the guy.
I mean, he went silent online right after she came out with that, and so did his wife, Lindsay. They have completely been off the radar for over a year until a week or two ago when they came out with what he's doing to her.
They said it's a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know Dita Von Teese?
I did not, but I was actually a Dita Von Teese impersonator when I first ended up on tour with Manson.
I'm a John Holmes impersonator. Okay, Kate, thank you. That'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll have you back as the series goes on. And my wife, she ripped the fifth. I scribble on my calendar stuff. She ripped out the 5th month, and I am so dismayed over this. Okay, let's go to Dr. Keith. Let's go to Dr. Keith, can we? So, Dr. Keith, real quick, this guy Adam the magician, I shouldn't mention his name. Let's just say he's a flat earther, and I got in an argument with him, and he said, I'm going to go to the ends of the earth. I'm going to go to the edge of the earth to argue with you. But you know what? I think he'll come around.
Yeah. Flat earther.
Don't you hate getting suckered into these
bullshit? By the way, I like that. You'll come around. That's very good. I like that.
Thank you. Don't you hate getting suckered into these bullshit conversations? There's stuff I want to argue about. You know, Doc, just because I don't buy the media's take on Ukraine and the Biden family printing machines that exist in Ukraine, I don't buy the media's bullshit at all.
So what about Zelensky? Because I've got a theory. How do we know? Here's a question for you. How do you know if someone is Old Testament, the Messiah? I'm just saying, it's the book of Zechariah with a Z, Zelensky, that foretells the coming of the Messiah. The tanks have Z's on them.
Yeah.
You have to hit me over the head that many times. And
look, that guy's not the Messiah. He's into weather. He's into leather and boys in leather. He is he's
into boys in leather.
We know boys in leather. That's my understanding. And he is an atheist. He's a non-observant Jewish guy, and he's very much into his alternative lifestyle. And they run it's not a democracy, and they don't have free press. And we're worried about their democracy and their border, their sacred border. And you and I talked about this the other night when I was getting my counseling, and that is we found 11 chemical weapons factories. Now, we've signed every treaty that we're not going to be involved with chemical weapons. Imagine any country with one chemical weapon factory in Canada or Mexico. Well, we blow the shit out of them, Doc. And yet, we're the good guys. We're the good guys. And it was also these same Ukrainians that produced all those lies about Trump. All that Russia bullshit came out from that government in Ukraine. Again, maybe they're great. I've heard groups of neo-Nazis. I've heard all kinds of shit. I'm just telling you, I don't believe the narrative one bit from can you hear me okay? I don't believe in the narrative from our media.
Well, let me ask you a question. How do we know they're chemical weapons laboratories rather than laboratories that we sort of exported to try to understand chemical weapons and not do it, say, in Georgetown?
We admitted it. We admitted it. There was
chemical weapons factories. We said,
brother, I can send you the video of an American representative, and I think a Ukrainian representative admitting that we're worried about these bioweapons getting in the hands of the Russians.
But can it be that we're studying them in order to deal with them later?
Doc.
That's possible, right?
Doc, I know you better than this. You don't believe that bullshit even a little, just like you didn't believe in gain of function in China. What are we doing in China? Creating diseases that can kill everyone. Gain of function. It's time for America to stop making diseases and bioweapons that are illegal by our own laws. Okay? It's called being hypocritical, and it's not right. You know, I invested in a factory.
You have to understand that stuff. Go on.
I invested in the factory, and I'm looking for other ways to get revenue now that I've quit the media. But it just makes products that are so. And you'll be hearing about it in the future. Everything's just kind of mediocre. It's what we call the Satis factory. Yeah. Doc. So I told you about a conversation. I can't say with who, Joel Osteen or whatever. I don't want to mention names.
Yeah, let's talk about this because this was pretty intense.
And then we're going to go to Candace Jordan, who hung out with Hef a lot. We're going to find out if he was a rapist bastard too.
Yeah.
But go ahead. Yeah. No.
But you were saying that you're in kind of a place where you're trying to get your lens clear on the meaning of life, the meaning of your life, what you can really say. I want to sink my teeth deeply into this part of our life experience because things are very mixed up out there.
Doc, how many books you have out?
I think 16. My mother knows.
And what's the character, the detective based on me?
Frank Clevenger.
And how many Clevenger books are there?
How many what?
How many Clevenger books?
There are 6 Clevenger books. I keep trying to tell you. I'll send you the script. We'll make the movie. Simple.
Look, Doc, I think you're the best. Loved you on the Fox News channel. Love you on all the shows. I think you're a straight-talking psychologist. I think that the mental illness that people have gone through, we see a lot of madness now.
Sure.
People that are unhinged. Now,
You get swimmers who are men competing against women. Go figure.
You're mischaracterizing a little bit. But let me just make it clear.
Okay.
I get radio offers. I get TV offers. I get offers to do this and that. I got offered to be the sheriff at Frontier Town in Ocean City, Maryland. That I actually almost took. Okay. In Grays Lake. Is it Grays Lake area? Is that where Harry's place is? Hot Rod Harry, the Studio Hot Rods barbecue. He said, we want you to dress like the skipper from Gilligan's Island and welcome people off the lake. And of course, I'm running for governor, which is, of course, all scripted and fake and bullshit, but I'm trying to get in some truth. So anyway, but what I'm hearing, not from Joel Osteen, but from other spiritual people that believe in Jesus, people that believe in God, people of different religions.
Sure.
And other people that are they're nothing. But they feel that the Tower of Babylon is being built. Evil is winning right now. You can't watch the news. You can't experience the censorship that you and I have experienced.
Yeah.
Satan hates the truth. Evil hates the truth. The truth will set us free. And a lot of people feel that the tower is going to fall. Evil is being exposed right now. And then we will emerge. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm not unhappy. I'm not angry. Nothing entices me. I showed you Entertainment Weekly. Do I want to be part of that? Is that the culture I'm going to be part of? Have you seen TV? Have you seen the commercials? Do I want to add my name to that? You should hear the radio in Chicago, the nonsensical laughing at the time and temperature. Because if they say anything true, they'd be fired.
Absolutely.
So I don't want to be part of it. I don't want to be part of it. That doesn't mean sloth is against the Bible. I'm not a sloth. I worked my ass off. The last 2 years, we're running face first into a brick wall. Don't talk about Trump. Don't talk about the election. Make sure everybody gets it. And do as you're told.
You've got to be that shining example on the hill. But I keep telling you, look, did I not tell you? How many times have I asked you, do you want to write the book with me?
Yes.
Iconic book.
Yes.
I can't get you to do it.
Let's do it.
I'll give you 99, 1%. 99 to you, 1 to me.
Castration Nation about how men have been castrated.
We're going to write because you know what? Men in this country, and you were just talking about it, you can't get a fair shake, period.
Yeah.
Right? We're hunted in every way possible. Anybody who's on the face of the earth right now is an adult male. If somebody says, 19 years ago, you touched my butt. This guy, sexual assault. Now disprove it from 19 years ago. Now,
I told you in private counseling that I had an incident where I was drinking. And the worst hangover ever. Can you close that door? I don't want my kids to hear this. Don't go close that door. No, but I had the worst hangover ever. I never had a hangover like this where my butthole hurt. My butthole hurt. It's bad. Hey, did I tell you my penis was in the Guinness Book of World Records?
Yeah, I think you've mentioned that.
The librarian made me take it out.
You don't want to write Castration Nation, but we should because castration.
My
wife,
wife, if I wasn't married to her, I'm telling you, I would be single. My wife, I told you in counseling, my wife got off-brand Pop-Tarts. Ladies, don't do that to your man. Don't do that, okay? And last night she ripped the covers off me, but you know what, Doc? I'm going to be okay. I think I will recover.
Why would anyone buy off-brand Pop-Tarts?
It's evil. Trying to save me money. You know how she saves me money? A lot of married guys can relate to this. You know how she saves me money? I got these boots on sale. I saved you $100. How about you just don't buy the boots?
There's that, of course, right. But now let me ask you a question. So do you look at what's happening in America in terms of the transgender stuff with a swimmer who's clearly male competing against female with men being hunted and say, you know what? The sperm count, by the way, is going to zero, they say. Within like 20 years, their male sperm count is going to zero. Nobody's up in arms about this. I guess it's because we can take it. Is that the point? that men can take it. But I look at your name. I'm looking at it now. Mancow.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And I go right to the source and I say, can we write Castration Nation together? Mancow.
I want to do it. Listen, I give you 3 words. Rowdy Roddy Piper.
There you go.
No. Hell Comes to Frogtown. Rowdy Piper. B-movie. It's a classic. And he's the last man on earth with sperm. And every woman wants him. Now, Doc, you and I are very virile. Imagine what we're going to be doing in 20 years, okay? They're going to take the diaper off to get it, to milk the man cow. But I'm willing to do that, Doc. I'm willing to repopulate this planet. And I got to tell you, I'm traveling door to door. No, I'm not feeling it. Hey, the crowbar. I was reading about the invention of the crowbar. Do you know before the invention of the crowbar, crows drank at home? Oh, God, I can still do morning radio with shit humor like that.
Good.
Yeah. Okay. I'm clearly becoming unhinged. He wants me to write this book, Castration Nation, with him. I think it needs to be written. We'll tour around. We'll hit campuses. We'll be banned from everywhere, and it'll be great. Do we have Candace?
Is Candace here? Is it okay to be male? That's the question.
No, Candace is ready. Okay. You know what? I'm going to get you on my Christian Bible.
What are you holding?
Oh, this is my lighter. This is my lighter. I'm going to get you on my look. I'm going to convert you to Christianity. You know, there was Judas, but you don't let Judas take you away. You know, the other 11 didn't look at that, huh?
Strong and courageous.
That's what you need to be. Do you know the Bible also has a verse about men dressing up like women? God detests it. I've done it before at parties.
Have you?
Yeah.
What were you wearing?
I wore a pink tutu. I was in Dancing with the Stars, Chicago edition, and I went out in a tutu. I got a big laugh.
Wow.
With me, it was a little larger, so it was a 4-4. Morning radio humor.
You know, I wonder, with people swimming as females who are males and the rest of it, if you said, by the way, right now, hey, I've been hanging out with a lot of 70-year-olds, and I feel kind of 70, and it's me. Can you get Medicare? Can you retire early? We got to start thinking creatively here.
Have you seen this swimmer against the other swimmers? The other swimmers need to stand up against this group, this union, or whoever it is, this swimming organization. The biological lady swimmers need to let the race, the gun or the bell or whatever to start the race, and they need to let the biological male swim on, and they need to walk away.
Listen, we're down to faking gender. We're faking elections. We're any kind of delusion now passes for reality. It can't stand. That kind of thing can't stand. And then you look at the Ukrainians. I know you've had things to say, but you look at them and they're like, we're fighting. We're in the streets. And then you think in every city in America, it might be that some young kids are being taken over to, say, Boston Children's Hospital or Strong Memorial Hospital or any of the others. And they're being prepared to either be castrated or God forbid, have a double mastectomy as soon as they hit puberty, or to prevent puberty.
You've taken a lot of heat from this. You've taken a lot of heat talking about this. And J.K. Rowling, who wrote the Harry Potter books and movies and stuff, they're like, what do we do about the J.K. Rowling problem? How do we continue without the creator? Kind of the way Walt Disney World and everything is continue without what Walt would have believed in. What a horrible company. Yes.
Seeing you as every character that's important in my life. That I should go to therapy. I think of you as Frank Clevenger. I think you're my co-author for Castration Nation. But I'll tell you, you are Frank Clevenger in my novel.
How do we start? Well, I'll get back to you. Let's go. I got to get to the next guest. This is getting too long-winded. I love you. Thank you for all your help. I'll work on getting motivated. But really, is there anything in pop culture I want to be part of? Okay, let's go. Let's go to Candace. Thank you, Dr. Keith Abloh. Okay, do we have Candace? Let's bring her up. God, someone stole the convenience store down the street here in Wilmette. Somebody shoplifted 12 cases of Red Bull, and I didn't want to able to get my Red Bull. 12 cases. I don't know how they sleep at night, Candace. I don't know how they sleep.
I know.
Anyway, you're in Palm Springs?
I'm in Palm Beach, and Leslie Heineman says hello.
Who?
Leslie Heineman.
Well, I owned one of the Batmobiles, and
yeah,
I owned one of the Michael Keaton Batmobiles, and I had one of the 4 robots in the Lost in Space series, and And she did a nice job as I auctioned off my life, and now I'm collecting again. Candid Candace, you're a socialite. I'm having a nice little dinner this week at my restaurant, Marquesa. Have you been to my restaurant?
I love that restaurant. I love everything about that restaurant, including the owners.
It's very sexy, isn't it?
Very sexy. Very, very sexy. I can see you there.
So Candace, I am in a tough situation where it's called Mancow's law. I believe in the death penalty for pedophiles. I believe in certainly chemical castration or really severe punishment for rapists. I have no time for it. I watched the woman talking about Marilyn Manson, and I support the victims, but I wanted to buy into it. I didn't buy into it. And of course, now I'm immediately a monster. The Hefner thing that's been going on, you've been very outspoken about that. And Hefner didn't have to do any of the things they talk about. I was there a lot.
Hell no. He had women lining up wanting to be with him.
Yeah.
And these girls, this is the funny thing. They wait for 36 years after they spent years dating him to come out with all this stuff when they could have confronted him during all of that time period before he passed away. But now conveniently, all this stuff that, and their supposed memories is coming out, which I just, for all the years that I knew Hefner and the Playboy organization for nearly 50 years. And in every situation, and I was at the mansion in LA, I was at the mansion in Chicago, I lived at the mansion in Chicago. I did glamour cons, I did covers, I did pictorials. I met him a zillion times. My husband met him. And I never once saw one iota of the kind of stuff that they're talking about on this A&E series.
So he's dead. He can't sue. They want to extend their 15 minutes of fame.
100%.
He loved showing me, and he showed everybody. I know he showed you where John Lennon put his cigarette out on that painting.
Yeah.
The grotto, by the time I got there, smelled like old people and sex. But look, I wasn't there in the heyday. I wasn't there in the 70s when you were there hanging out with the Rat Pack and the Who's Who. By the time I got there, it was an old guy with a bowl of pills. I went with Kevin Burns. I was there quite frequently with the girls next door.
Right.
And and of course, Hef always to me looked like his teeth were chiclets and they were swimming in his face. And tonight we're going to watch Gloria Swanson in one of my favorite silent movies. And I just always thought it was hilarious. Forgive me, but all this hot tail around, all these beautiful women, these 18-year-old, 19-year-old women. All right, we're going to watch a silent movie. And it was pretty laid back. And I'd heard the stories about John Holmes and how it worked in the sack with him, that he was a big fan on watching, but not necessarily in the end at his age a big fan of participating. And he did confide in me, and you probably would know her name. I can't remember. One of the girls next door he was madly in love with, the one that ended up with the magician.
That was Holly Madison. And
I don't get it, but I mean, he said like her love of my life.
Well,
if I remember correctly, but these news stories are.
It's very troublesome, and the thing about this is it's almost like these girls, it's like the scene from Casablanca where they're shocked to find gambling in this establishment. Hefner was the Playboy of the Western world. In Chicago, on the door, it had, if you don't swing, don't ring. It was a plaque. I mean, he was, the whole magazine was about sex. Of course he enjoyed sex. So these girls knew that. And as far as all this sordid details and things that are coming out, I think it sells their books really well. And personally, I don't believe a word of it.
Did you swing with him?
No. I had a boyfriend all the while I was at the mansion. And, quite frankly, he wasn't my type. I wasn't his type. But I have admired him from the first moment I ever laid eyes on him.
See, I don't agree with you. I don't think Hef was good for you. And I don't want to fight with you. Look, I'm a hypocrite. I hung out with him, but I don't think women posing naked is liberating. And I thought that was all bullshit. This was a dork from our hometown that wanted to get laid. He created this fake image. Look, Mancow's a creation. I get it. But this idea that I don't think he was good for America.
I think he was great for America. I think he was great for the world. If it wasn't for Hugh Hefner, we'd all still be in the missionary position.
Have you tried it, Candace? You're so into all these crazy positions. My wife says there's 23 different positions in the Kama Sutra. I say master missionary first, honey. That's what I say. Yeah. She wants me to stop the cop puns. So, anyway. I'm going to give it a rest.
Yeah. Well.
All right, Candace. Are you going to see? Are you going to see Donald Trump when you're there?
No, well, unless he wants to see me, I don't. I don't know.
He is now DJing at Mar-a-Lago. Monica Crowley and some of the wrestlers and my friend Roger Stone was there, and he now DJs.
Oh, really?
And he was going table to table. I'm not kidding you. This is so surreal to me. Trump at Mar-a-Lago, and he asked Blagojevich and Roger Stone what they wanted to hear, and they said Jailhouse Rock. How hilarious is that? I went out with a Playboy playmate. I went out with a couple of them over the years.
Who?
I don't want to name names. Oh, my first kiss. My first kiss the year of your cover was Patty McGuire.
Oh my God, you're kidding me.
And she French kissed me.
Yeah, well, she's
now that would get her in trouble now. I said, I've never kissed a girl, and she bent over and kissed me, and her cherry lipstick, wow. Wow. No, but this one,
very sexy woman.
She was so I don't want to give it away, but you'll remember this one Playboy playmate had a seashell tattoo on her inner thigh. And when I put my ear to the seashell, I could smell the ocean.
Oh, you are so bad.
All right, I'm going to see you at Marquez. I got a special. When are you back?
I'm back at the end of the month.
Nah, you're going to miss my dinner. I'm having a dinner with Bob Newhart.
Oh, shoot. I love him.
I want to invite you.
Well, I'm sorry to miss it. Thanks for thinking of me.
Thank you, Candace. Thank you. Thanks. We finally got it's been a cluster. Thank you for finally coming on and being so patient. Love you. Thank you for your friendship. Guys, look, I've been a little racy, but you notice I never blaspheme. Hunter Biden for head of DEA. I love this. The laptop is real. This was all BS. All of it. We said it. The bioweapons factories. That's conspiracy, crazy Mancow talk. Everything I said, everything has come true. When I know it in my gut, it's never wrong. Is it God? I don't know. I hope it is. So you saw me talking to psychologist, Dr. Keith, and I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be part of a lot of stuff. A lot of things that people want me to be part of, and maybe you feel the same way. And through the COVID and all of this, yeah, somebody said ragmuffin. Biden talked today about the New World Order. And I saw a Ukrainian politician saying, Russia is trying to prevent us and prevent the New World Order. What are we marching to here? What are we rooting for? What are our values? Back to where I was, and then I'm going to wrap it up. Through this whole thing, you heard it on the radio show. If you've seen me, you know I've never had more fun in my life. Why? Because it pisses off evil. I've been part of exorcists. I've been there when people have been demonically possessed. Evil doesn't like when you laugh at them. They don't like to be laughed at. The didactic ministers that I've argued with, I think I undid them when I started to kid them, said Michael Nesmith of the Monkees. They don't understand humor. I think Christ had a sense of humor. He never spoke to a Christian. He got up to the multitudes and they walked away loving him. I laugh and I love, and all you see is fear from them being the lamestream media. The best champagne, the best chartreuse, the best of everything. I hope America's not burning, but as it burns, what am I going to do? Oh! I did my part. You did your part, I'm betting, or you wouldn't be watching me. So F the cowards. F them. You're never going to win them over. They're never going to say you were right as they sit there and they pump their $6 gas. Biden makes me comfortable. Party first. Party first. I'm like good little Nazi. Party first. I don't like rhinos either, folks. Here we go, marching off to war. Marching off to war. Here we go. Here we go. And we marched off to war under every president in my lifetime except for one, Trump. What are we fighting for? What are our morals now? The swimmer? The swimmer, is that what we give the world? How about our entertainment and our movies? Is that what the Batman, man? I thought Robert Pattinson was a great Batman. Not a good Bruce Wayne, but a great Batman. Hans Zimmer, Danny Elfman of Oingo Boingo, they did the music in the past. Whoever did this new music, fantastic. And right in the middle of the Batman, I love Lenny Kravitz. He's been on my show many times. He's a friend. Remember a great dinner we had at Japanese here in Chicago? Lenny, I love you. She didn't write the part, but Catwoman, she's an African-American girl. Catwoman gives a speech halfway through the movie about white supremacy and white power. Oh, white privilege. And I just kind of laughed. Yes, in Gotham, there's some white politicians, but not in any other Democratic city. They're all black Democrats. And they're hellholes. They're the worst. Shit. Chicago, Mayor Lightfoot. You want to go to Baltimore? Where do you want to go? What's your utopia? Batwoman or Catwoman or what was the backstory for Michelle Pfeiffer? She fell out a window into a pile of cats, and then she decided to love cats. That's so stupid. Anyway, fear mentioned 365 times in the Bible. Fear is of them. Let the media inject their fear. Don't buy into it. Live, love to the loudest. And I always tell you, live loud, okay? This is the Lion's Den. I hope you knew that before you tuned in. This is where the angels and the devils fight, and they're choosing up sides tonight. Me, part man, part monkey, part mystery. And the angels and the devils are playing tug of war with my personality. Chicken face. God bless you. Next week, then.